Just Mark here. Going through a nice little walk in Fish Creek Park here in Calgary today. And today I kind of want to talk about men and our mental health. So, any men who may be watching this, are you okay? Simple question, right? But in reality, right from a young age, we're taught as men to suck it up, don't cry. At least us Gen Xers anyway, back in the 80s, it was never about, sorry, I gotta watch where I'm walking a bit. It was never about, letting your emotions out and always being told to just suck it up. Real boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. Anyway, if you're like me and you're in your late 40s, you've probably gone through a few things in life. Maybe some job loss, divorce, separation, loss of family members as we're getting older. And I find a lot of times, people don't necessarily check in or ask men, or I know guys who absolutely refuse to talk about what they're going through in their life, and for a while I was kind of the same thing. I didn't talk about what I was going through, what trouble I was having, and the different emotions that I was going through. And it kind of sucked. I covered it very well with humor and trying to be positive and smiling all the time. And I still kind of do that, and go from there, right? But it is what it is. Well, I really shouldn't say that. One sec here. Hi, cute puppies. Hello, you're so cute. Sorry, puppy stop. I love dogs. Anyway, where was I? Talking about covering things up. So when I was younger, in 20s, 30s, I struggled a lot with my mental health, and there's not a single damn person who would have known. Well, maybe not. Maybe a few knew. But as life went on, and I dealt with a few more things, it got tough. I've seen counseling at various points in my life, but most times I wasn't okay. But I sucked it up, did what I had to do, just to get through sometimes the day, the minute, the hour. I used to kind of have this thing that when I was struggling, I would say, okay, let's make it through this hour. All right, awesome. An hour later, okay, I made it through that hour. Let's think about the next one. And I find now that I've gotten older, I do talk a little bit more about my mental health with people, at least those who want to listen anyway. I've got a lot of friends who are awesome, and we always discuss kind of what we're going through. And I've got a little support group going on right now with some friends who have their own things that they're kind of battling and going through. And we chat, like Facebook Messenger. We try to encourage each other and go through there. As a guy though, it's hard. It's hard to talk about your emotions because you're told one thing, you're taught another thing. And I find for myself, I want to listen to people. I want people to tell me what's going on in their lives. I want people to get support where they need it, but a lot of people won't. Maybe too much pride. Maybe they've been rejected before. There's a lot of clips out there, and I won't bore you with finding a bunch because there's a ton if you just search of men who have gone through some tough times, right? And they don't talk about what's going on because in those videos, they're even being mocked or rejected or being told what they're thinking is just not right, And sorry, I'm going to take a stop here. But men, especially men over 40, are you okay? What things do you seek out to help your mental health? I myself have sought counseling in the past. I take walks like this. Today is a bit of not a bad day, to be clear. I dropped my dog off at daycare and felt this was a great opportunity for me to go for a nice walk here in Fish Creek Park, get some fresh air. It's only about -7 right now, so not too bad. But as a man, we're always told, it's what you bring to the table. So we work hard, we put our nose down, we pay our bills, we make sure there's food on the table, we provide. And in a lot of cases, it's not about your emotions. It's not about how you feel. You're told that it's what you're bringing and doing for your household. Whether you've got a family and you've got kids you're trying to support, or, you just put your nose down because that's what's expected of us. Ooh, bit of a little bump down there. But that's what's expected of us. We're expected to just work, provide in the home, and never feel. And when we do feel and when we do share, I found in my own personal life, a lot of times it's kind of mocked. Like, are you being a wimp? Are you being a pussy? You know, suck it up, man. You got a family to take care of. I don't anymore, but, you know, those are the things that I've faced. You know, I remember when I was 18 and my mom had a stroke, which left her partially paralyzed and disabled. I struggled a lot during that time, and I don't talk about it a lot, but I remember I would lash out kind of in anger, or what some people just said, oh, you're just being dramatic. And I learned going through that phase, because I even had a couple of people who were in my life, you know, leaders and stuff like that from my church group at the time, who would just tell me to, you know, like, dude, it's not that bad. But it was. I was an 18-year-old kid who now had to figure out how to live on his own because I had nowhere to go. I had two younger sisters who thankfully went to a family member's home, and I'm always appreciative of that. But for the next bunch of years, you know, I tried doing college. I tried doing other things. I drank to get rid of some of that pain. You know, I did work in a nightclub, one of the most popular ones in Calgary, called Cowboys. And I remember I covered it by hiding, or by drinking, because no one wanted to hear my story. Sometimes I was afraid to reach out. And even now, in my late 40s, it's hard to reach out sometimes because you are afraid of what's going on, and you're afraid of how people react. And especially now when I'm not in my life where I want to be, you know, and sometimes that depresses me a little bit. I mean, I'd love to own a home. I'd love to have a backyard. I'd love to be able to just be me, right? Like, I prefer solitude now more than ever, which is new for me because I'm an extrovert. But I don't know. Are any other men out there who are struggling with this, struggling with their mental health, struggling with where they belong, you know, and what they're doing? Do you just put your nose down to the grindstone? Do you talk to people? Do you reach out? You know, what do you do? Because for me, I do reach out. I try, and I encourage you to, you know, or see counseling or whichever. I also recommend doing things for you. You know, I like being out in nature, even when it's a little bit cold. Of course, when it's too cold, that's no dice. You know, I sit there and make sure I have some moments of silence. You know, whether it's job stress or personal stress, I always take time to decompress at the end of my day, just so I can refocus on the task at hand and take care of my dog, and, you know, try to make sure I'm in a mode. Oh, more puppies. Oh my God, they're so cute. Oh, I love walking through here just because there's a lot of dogs, and I absolutely love puppies. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about, if you are struggling and you are like me and you're battling depression or anxiety or whatever, then definitely leave a comment below. Let's chat. As I said, I'm trying to build a community here, and I'm going to talk more about my mental health and men's mental health in the future. But, you know, as a man, many times I haven't been okay, and I've done nothing about it because that's what I felt I had to do. You know, nobody wants to listen to a guy, right? I'm kind of thankful that when I look on social media, I do see more often now more men reaching out and posting on social media about their mental health, you know, and that's great. Here's another little chat today. I hope you liked the video. Please like, please subscribe, and please leave a comment down below. I'm really trying to get people chatting here, and I'll see you on the next one.